Edge Technology screens. Today we're going to be finishing off the 250-inch screen today. Guys, what's up? Oh, first comes up out. Your body right there, can pump that out. Okay. So we're showing off the invisible technology we're working on right now. Over there we have the gamer screen, which we're painting downstairs at 250 inches. We're just about done with that one. Good thing I didn't hang it up yesterday because we have rain today. I think we have rain today. It looks like rain, so we'll get that finished off too. Party's out there. All right. And I do have an apology, so I'm going to give you that right now. My apology is that I've been bragging the last couple of days, and that's not good. I got to reevaluate myself. You have to understand. I always have to reevaluate myself. Every day when I get off camera, I got to make sure that I'm doing things right with God. And if I'm wrong on something, I apologize for it. Christians aren't supposed to brag and boast. I don't want to come off as being one of those people who, if you're going to represent God at the end of the day, you have to admit your wrongs when you do wrong. And me bragging and boasting, that's not a good thing. Now, challenging, nothing wrong with challenging, but it's the way you go about doing it. So, some people will come out here that'll be Christians and they won't admit it because they don't want to be accused of doing anything wrong. They want to be perfect. Can't be perfect. Once you're perfect, you go to heaven. When you're perfect, you don't need to be here anymore. So, not supposed to brag or any of that stuff. Oh, the sun is coming up. Thank you, Jesus. Not supposed to brag, not supposed to do any of that whatsoever, not boasting, any of that. God don't like that. So, we'll apologize for that. Challenge? Oh, yeah, challenges, yeah, definitely. And challenge is where you go about it. So, we're going to, oh, thank goodness it rained. I must have been tired last year. I left everything outside. I left my speakers and everything outside. Let's figure the weather's good anyway. So, still, I'm going to take that opportunity to mess them up. All right, so. We have the 250. The finish off should take much because we got majority of most of the screen already done. So we just have one little row area. I have this technology we're working on today. This is one of the technologies we're working on. And as you already saw, we have the gamer technology already on the other end, which is sitting by all the windows. Tropical birds. Now, as I can see by my projector being on the slant, Paco had slammed into it last night. Or did he? No, he didn't. He didn't slam into it. I'd have projector thrown off course because he would slam into him, but his face would slam. So I don't know how he would move that one. Got one on test. I'm testing it. Let me see. Let me go feed the birds. I'll put you guys over here so you guys can look at the gamer paint, which is now available for launching today. And I have to get my 250-inch finished and completed so I can have that for outside display. food. I didn't get that on a recording yesterday, I would have never believed it. Yeah. More than just the world. I love how people say, when the people will say that, well, you're not this and you're not that, you're not God. Only God has the right to tell a person whether they're not going to do this or not going to do that. As long as I go in and I do what I'm supposed to do, at the end of the day, He's the only person that matters. Anybody else's judgment, don't care. Really don't. Only God that I care about, that's it. Hey, fresh water. Got some fresh water. It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. There we go. All right, buddy. We'll do a little show. I gotta get to work. Got things to do today. So, for those who don't know, every morning when I get up, I feed 3 stray cats, raccoons, possums, skunks, 2 foxes, and a whole bunch of freaking wildlife in my backyard. Good morning when I get up, they depend on Mr. Bird to have their food ready for them, which I do. Before I take care of any of my business. Good day, Friday to eat. Alright, get this finished. Let me see, we got everything needed? Yeah, we did, we're good. Alright, let's go move on. Now, that stays on all day. So don't turn that projector off. That's why I went out and bought me a couple extra lamps, because I know myself I'm going to keep that on all day, because I like to come upstairs and look at my screen when I'm walking by. I'm going to leave this open. He doesn't come downstairs. He's occupied right now with his birds. All right, so there is the Massive 250-inch screen right there. Man, we have to paint this thing in sections. So we got it half here. We're going to take this part, pull it back here, and then basically finish off that part, and we're done. Now, once we're finished painting the screen, then I have to come in and I have to get ready. We still have 2 other screens that have to be coated. We have an Invisible Gamer, which I need down here for myself personally, like I needed the absolute black upstairs for the dedicated theater room. And we have the Unicorn, which the ingredients should be here today. It was supposed to be here Sunday, but it should be here today. So we have 2 screens. The wallpaper is going to be unicorn. We have to do that one. Thank God both screens, the way they're designed to be taken apart. We can move them anywhere we want. That's what I love about it. All right, so let's get this done because we have much work. Now, the one thing I like about this formula compared to some of the other ones we use for doing big screens is usually when we have to fold screens in half to paint them. Make sure we got this okay, good, right there. Is that sometimes you'll get this mark in the middle of it where you can tell where the screen was actually painted half and half. So usually what I have to do is take the screen outside and smooth it out with a paint sprayer to blend it in. But with the paint we have now, we don't have that issue. We can paint the screen in any direction we want. It doesn't make a difference. It's always going to come out with no marks or anything on the screen, which saves me a lot of time. All right, so let's get this finished. Bird right there, definitely a bird. That's definitely a bird. So yeah, my screen got marked 3 times by a bird. And again, having a screen 11 feet high, kind of hard to hit it. If they get it on the top, I can go on the deck and I can dab it and fix it. But if it's right there in that center part where it's in between that, I can't get to that. There's no way in the world. Get a roller spray or whatever. So what we're going to do with this screen is we're going to hook up a system that's going to allow us to be able to roll the screen up and tuck it under the banister of the deck. Number one, it allows clean airflow to go through on the top of my deck, gives my cat the view he needs to see the birds down below, and it wraps the screen up and keeps the bird from using it as target practice, which they definitely do. All right. So we're using the Gamer 39 for the screen. That's what we're using. And the biggest gaming screen for outside display and fun. Sit right there. I'm trying to see the bucket on the side. No, because once you get over there, you're boxed in good. It's definitely going to be boxed in. It's definitely going to be a no-no. All right, let's see. Where the heck is my roller? Break. Should have been right there. Oh, it's right over there. You get it there. All right. So this is facing right here, which is the 39 Gamer right there. This is the one you saw upstairs on the 127-inch sitting in the window. Same technology we have here. So you should not do that. A little bit more. We don't need it, but make sure we blend that center in quite nicely. That's where the screen stops at. Looks like add a little extra when we get to the center part where the screen meets up. So get a nice blend in there. All right, that's it. So now, for me, because I've already coated this screen quite a few times on the other back way on that side. Of course, that's my signature. Anyway, because I painted the screen multiple times already, when I put the fan down, I just have to lay the fan on top of it. That's it. If you're painting it for the first time, and I left the freaking container lid over there. Mother George, really, Bird? Seriously? Left everything over there I needed. That's why I have two fans, because I had to have it be from one fan on the other side when I painted it. But anyway, so if you're doing it for the first time, mine's been painted a few times, so I don't have to put the fan, tie the edge of the grommet to the top of the fan to dry the bottom and the top, because the bottom is already sealed. But when you're doing it for the first time, you want to make sure, I'll show you in a few minutes. You want to make sure that, let me get this off my hands. You want to make sure that this part of the fan, right here, you want to make sure that's tied around that edge up here. Because what that's going to do is going to allow the airflow to go under the screen, dry the tarp and the screen at the same time, and the air is going to push up and dry the top of the screen. It dries it a whole lot faster. If you set the fan on top, you're going to have all this paint at the bottom. You're going to have paint on the top. It's going to take forever for the air to get from here down to there to dry everything out. That's the fastest way to do it. This is how we paint 250s. We usually paint 250s in a day, but less than a day. But the drying time will be a lot faster for you if you do that method. Now, I only use one of these. Some people can use two on each corner. Depends on how you want to do it. But it allows the airflow to flow a lot faster. Your screen will dry a lot faster. When you're painting this type of surface, we always suggest that you prime the surface first. Doesn't make a difference. You don't have to have primer. You can have regular paint, cheap paint, whatever. The only thing that paint is designed to do is to allow the screen to absorb in as much paint as possible. We find 2 coats work perfectly. You want to roll it in. You want to roll it in very heavy. So you're going to have to drench the screen. That's designed so that way when you paint the screen on with our product, you have no uneven areas. Keep in mind this is going to be fabric. Some areas are going to soak in more. Some are going to soak in less. So to get an even coat all the way across, you're going to have to put 2 applications of paint. Doesn't make a difference what it is. Doesn't have to be expensive primer. All you're doing is making the screen absorbing its maximum capacity so you can go in and apply our screen paint. That's all you're doing. Some people think, oh, it has to be front. No, no, no. All you're doing is do not spray it in. The application won't go in heavy enough. You have to roll this in. All right. If not, you're going to get some really blotchy stuff on your screen. You'll find out when you'll shade with the projector and like, wait a minute, why is this area lighter and this area is darker? Yeah, you'll find out. So basically, like I said, put the 2 applications on it. Let it dry before each application, and then you apply this. Now, anything else, you can roll over it with no problem. We do it all day long. Roll over stuff. Based about it. If you want to do the stiffening method, which we have here, this screen is made out of fabric. Yeah, we turned it into a board because we use a stiffening method. I like to use the Network Grade 773. It's a perfect application for primer. It does, and it stiffens the surface extremely well. So that's why we like to use it. This right here, if you saw me build this screen, constructed it right here. One, and it's best if you're going to be using fabric, you want to go with some kind of spandex material, something that's going to basically hug the screen nice and tight. Because even if when you do hit a screen with paint, it does have a habit of maybe getting a little ripples here and there from the screen giving away a little bit because it's wet. But when you do with spandex, you're going to get a nice tight surface every single time if you're going to be doing a multi-coat application. So all you're doing is just priming the screen to stiffen it, like you stiffen a shirt with starch. That's all you're doing. So you hit it the first time, second time. Those are just basically to make sure you're going to get an even coat. Then after that, I do 4. I do 4 applications. They're not going to be heavy, 4 applications. And each time you do it, it stiffens the screen. This screen right here is fabric, but it looks like a board. That's because that method we used. Then you go and you hit it with our product, and it's nice and stiff. This is fantastic also, too, for designing ultra short those screens, because ultra short those screens have to be flat, super flat. All right, let's get our fan in here. So most likely, I'm going to see what the weather's going to be like. I still have to go out back and I have to cut my yard because I don't want to cut my yard with the screen out there because, again, I'll have clippings and everything else all over my screen. We don't need that. Matter of fact, I should be in the kitchen. All right. Now, really quick, the Gamer paint has its batch number already. So when you get your containers, they will be in this unit right here. These are the 48s. Not these are the other ones I showed you. These right here are the 43s. 43s we couldn't get anymore. Well, we could get them, but the timeline on getting them shipped in was really awful. So it would just take too long, and we're not going to have the customer wait that long to get the paint. So we switched over to another company that has the 48s right there. We get them in next day. They're bigger containers, more paint. We're not going to change the price. It'll be the same thing. You know, you're getting more paint. It's still going to be the same. These come with a bulk of LED lights. And like I said, as you've seen by the demonstrations on how we're showing up the screen, they've taken a ton of ambient light. And on a 250 inches, it's going to look absolutely incredible. I can't wait to get outside, do some gaming, watch some movies off of it, do a little sports off of it. And then I'll be inviting my neighbors over for a little get together for them to come over and look at the screen and check it out. Because, you know, she's a real nice person, lady across the street. I was telling her what I did. I guess Tony must have told her a few things too, because he was actually in the backyard. And she said, you know, there's some very important people that live in the neighborhood. You should have them check out the screen. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'm going to try to keep the video demonstrations, try to explain as much as I can, but try to keep the demonstrations as short, as sweet as I possibly can. Try to. But there's just so much stuff you should be seeing in these demonstrations that they don't show you. I am disappointed with the fellow who did the demonstration with the P2. That was not fair on the P2s before. That projector is an amazing projector. It is a very amazing piece of machinery. We have old projectors here in the house, and you see how amazing they look on our screens. And the fact that he did that on that screen, and he did that projector dirty. He did it dirty. But anyway, the P2 is an amazing piece of machinery. It is. It's just what it's displayed on is how the projector is going to look. That's how it comes down to it. All right, people, I'm going to let you go. I'm pretty sure you got things to do today, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. I got some things I got to do also. Be safe out there. Thank you all, and God bless.